Well, welcome back. You're with Expresso here on SABC3. It is your Friday morning. And you know what? We always think about parties around about this time. And I'm sure that you always love a good party. But to come up with the right kind of concept, idea, and theme is always key. And this morning, I'm joined by Matanna Katz, who's a party stylist. Good morning, Matanna.
Morning. Nice to be here.
Lovely to have you here. And also, I see you've brought with you 3 budding assistants as well. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Okay, so Matanna, can you take us through this table? It looks absolutely beautiful. What do you have on this table?
Okay, so first I'd just like to say that when you're looking for a theme, it doesn't have to be something very hard to find. You can actually just look at the people around you and the things around you and be inspired by that.
And incorporate that into the theme.
Exactly. Yeah. So today, for example, I've actually looked at my late grandmother, Zelda Katz, and I've taken, a collection of her old photographs, charming stories, eccentric jewelry, vintage clothing,
and her vintage.
I know, and it's actually one of her tops.
Oh, lovely.
Believe it or not. And then also her beautiful collection of porcelain swans. And then I've looked at all of that and interpreted it in my own way and come up with a vintage theme that's my take on her style.
Oh, lovely.
So yeah, okay, so you can see there's lots of, beautiful things happening on the table. There's some beautiful floral fabric, there's hessian, there's lace, there's old bottles and porcelain swans. And this is actually a lemonade and lunch. So we set the table as if it was a lunch.
Are you ready, ladies?
They can go ahead and drink some of the sparkling lemonade.
Lovely.
And then also just looking at, old florals and things like, the flowers.
I was going to say
African...
that you've actually taken the flowers and matched it perfectly to the table.
Yeah, we've kind of played with the colours and matched the colours. And I think the flowers give a really nice kind of African feel.
Yes, it
does. So African roots.
Oh, lovely.
And then we've also got a really pretty backdrop. We've taken some old floral pictures and photocopied them and just created a really nice extra element to add to the table.
Almost like a bit of a collage.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really nice.
Absolutely lovely. Now, I see you've got some goodies over here for us. So what exactly is this and what is this theme all about?
So basically, we're actually going to do a little how-to of how to take a doily and turn it into an envelope.
Oh, that sounds interesting. So I need to learn that.
Yeah, so it would actually be like you could use it as your kind of invitation to send to your friends if you wanted to have a little vintage lunch or whatever.
And you know what's nice is if you look at this day and age, everyone goes out there and just buys, the cards that one gets in the stores. But I always like that personalized feel. And that's the thing, when you actually craft someone for something, it gives that personalized feel and that one-on-one, and it makes it a little bit extra special.
That's
is what
so
I
true.
think.
That is so
okay, so
true.
how do we go about this?
Okay, so firstly, we go through what we're going to need. We're going to have some prits, a pencil and a ruler, and a doily, of course.
All right.
So as you can see, the doily has a front face and a back face. We're going to take it and put the front face down on the table.
Okay.
We're going to take the pencil and the ruler. We're going to just measure on the left side going inwards about 4 centimeters and make a little pencil mark.
Okay, and ladies, I hope you're watching as well, hey? Okay.
And now we're going to go to the right side, do the same thing and make a little pencil mark.
Now, before you go on with that, just show us exactly what the end result needs to be.
Okay, so the end result is going to look like this.
That
looks have a little
so
thing.
Cute. Don't you think it looks cute?
Card inside.
Oh my goodness. Is that one of your favorites? Yes. You guys like it? Okay. All right, so you're doing the pencil marks and then?
Great, so you can see the doily is quite see-through. So we're going to take where you can see the pencil mark through there, and we're actually going to fold on the side like that, and same as the other side.
Okay.
Then we're going to take the pencil again, and we're going to measure about 6 centimeters from the bottom going inwards, and make a little mark. Then we are going to fold that as well.
And it looks all very pretty simple and easy to do.
So you can see now you've got kind of like the outer shell of the envelope. So now we're going to take the glue. You've got to be very careful because you can see there's lots of little see-through bits. So you're going to have to do this carefully as possible.
Out,
you don't want glue to get on the inside of the envelope.
Okay.
So we're going to just kind of like gently
glue that
put
together.
some glue
on
the sides.
And while you're gluing there, I want to find out from you ladies, what do you like on the table? What is your most favorite things?
I like the flowers.
You like the flowers? And
I like the swan over there. It's actually kind of like nice and metal, and I like the whole feel of it. So, yeah.
Oh, I love animals as well, and the swans are absolutely elegant. They're so beautiful. And what do you like?
The lace detail and the fact that all the plates are not matching.
Thank you for noticing.
It's always nice to do that little bit of extra, sort of clashing the colours and the patterns and things like that, because sometimes it brings out a nice feel as well. Well, thank you, ladies. And what do we do next with the envelope?
So once you've done that, we're going to take the top of the envelope always has to be the longest part. So for the very end thing, we're going to just make a little incision of 7.5 centimeters.
So you measure that longer, okay?
Yeah, and then we're going to fold. And there you have your little envelope.
Oh, lovely.
And you can also,
so cute.
you can play with doilies as well. So I've got over here, for example, if you don't want to make the actual envelope out of a doily, you can just take a normal envelope and cut half a doily and stick it on the flap, just to give it
lovely.
a little
That vintage feel.
And we've got some, you know, little bows you can do to kind of decorate and to make your envelopes look a little bit prettier.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
And we also, a nice gift invitation is to go around into antique stores or any kind of antique market and find some old kind of floral postcards that you can photocopy so you can have a nice plain back and you can use as invitations to write on. So they're all individual. And
they're quite easy to find if one were to go and search for something like that, if you're looking for old floral type
It is hard to find, but also you can go on Google, you can go into libraries, anything you can find, just, you know, research kind of old florals.
Your own, right?
Yeah, you really can. I mean, Google has tons of pictures as well, so it makes it really easy.
Matanna and ladies, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you
I think this is wonderful, the concept and the idea and the fact that you can take anything inside your home and just make whatever you'd like depending on what theme you are looking at. All right, well, there you have it. I certainly hope you've learned a thing or two. I think I have, and I can't wait to get busy at home with my crafts and my DIY. Over to Kat.
Stay with Espresso and SABC3.